Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Well guys, in multiple choice, if you choose the wrong option, most of the time this video is exactly for you. I'm going to discuss multiple choice for academic IELTS reading, but if you are general training, this video is equally good for you because I'm going to solve multiple choice in section 3 and section 3 of academic and section 3 of general training. They are the same. So we will start. I'll read the question and tell you how to scan, how to find relevant information in the passage, and then how to decide whether A, B, C or D or one of them is the right option. Okay, let's take a start. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, consider subscribing. Let's go on. Okay guys, now we've got multiple choice and we got to see. Now remember, in multiple choice, whether it is listening or reading, you have to read this question statement carefully first, and then in reading you can read the options later. Neuroeconomics. Now first you need to read and find neuroeconomics is a field of study which seeks to. Now first you need to find out what is it that neuroeconomics seeks to. For seek they can use any other word. Neuroeconomics is a field of study which seeks to. Now we need to come to the passage. I've got one extra page. Okay, I don't need this now. So let's find the word neuroeconomics. Neuroeconomics. Okay, yeah, in the first paragraph it's in italic. So we need to find out it seeks to. Neuroeconomics is a field of study which seeks to. What is it that it seeks to? I'm going to read from here. So it means my answer must be in these lines. These discoveries have led to the field known as neuroeconomics, which studies the brain's secret to success in an economic environment that demands innovation and being able to do things differently for competitors. Neuroeconomics, which studies the brain's secrets to success in an economic environment that demands, right? So a brain that can do this is an iconoclastic one. Briefly, an iconoclastic is a person who does something that others say cannot be done. Oh, I am iconoclastic. A person who does something others say cannot be done. Okay. Anyways, let's just see now what do they say about it. All right. Now, neuroeconomics is a field of study which seeks to cause a change in how scientists understand brain chemistry. No. If you are sure that option is not the answer, you can write a cross. If you are doubtful, you can write a question mark. And then if there are two question marks, then you can decide which one is the right one. Understand how good decisions, they didn't talk about decisions at all, are made in the brain. So, out of question. C. Understand how the brain is linked to achievement in comparative fields. They talked about success, achievement in comparative fields. Okay, I'm a bit doubtful about it. Let's see. Trace the specific firing patterns of neurons in different areas of the brain. Trace the specific firing patterns. No. Now either it's this one or I'm a bit doubtful, so it can be the other one. Understand how the brain is linked to achievement in comparative fields. Neuroeconomics, which studies the brain's secret to success in an economic environment that demands innovation and being able to do things differently from competitors. Ta-da-ta-da. Okay, that demands innovation, and then they talk about success that is linked with achievement. So, understand how the brain is linked to achievement in comparative field. Understand how brain is linked, and there they say neuroeconomics, which studies the brain's secret to success in an economic environment that demands innovation and right, a brain that cannot do this is in this, and briefly an iconoclastic is a person that. All right, now let's go on. Question number 28, and we got to see what is going to be the right answer for that. Alright, let's read question number 28. According to the writer, actually, iconoclasts are distinctive. Now basically they said iconoclasts are distinctive. So you need to find out what sort of distinction is there. They said iconoclasts are distinctive. Right, and we already found the same paragraph where we have iconoclasts. So it means in multiple choice also passage and questions, they are in the same order. According to the writer, iconoclasts are distinctive because, now because means reason. First you need to find the reason, then you should read the options, otherwise options will confuse you already. Okay, iconoclasts are here. The definition implies that iconoclasts are different from other people, but more precisely it is their brains, okay, that are different in three distinct ways. Alright, perception, fear response and social intelligence. Each of these three functions utilize a different circuit in the brain. Alright, and naysayers might suggest that the brain is irrelevant, that thinking is an original, even revolutionary way is more a matter of a personality than brain function. Let's just read the question again. There they say, according to the writer, iconoclasts are distinctive because, now why are they distinctive? The definition implies that iconoclasts are different, yeah, distinctive and different from others, from other people, but more precisely it is their brain. Now more precisely it is their brain that are different in three distinctive ways, and those ways are perception, fear response and social intelligence. Alright, let's see. According to the writer, iconoclasts are distinctive because they create unusual brain circuits. Alright, I didn't hear anything. They create unusual brain circuit. So it's not. B, their brains function differently. Their brains function differently. I'm a bit doubtful about it. The definition implies that iconoclasts are different from other people, but more precisely it is their brain that are different. Ta-da-ta-da. It is their brains that are different in three ways, means their brains function differently. So actually this is the right answer, but still we'll just go on and read other options. Their personalities are distinctive. No. They make decisions easily. No, silly one. Okay, so B is the right answer here. Clear? Alright, let's go on. 29. According to the writer, the brain works efficiently because, this is the main thing. Brain works efficiently, and because means reason, right? According to the writer, the brain works efficiently because. Now we need to find out. We are done with that. So let's see if there is anything brain works efficiently and the reason. The first thing to realize that brain suffers from limited resources. It has fixed energy budget, but the same as 40 watt bulb, so it has evolved to work as efficiently, okay, as possible. It has evolved to work as efficiently as possible. It means brain. Now we need to find the reason, okay, so we'll just go on and find that reason. This is where most people are impaired from being an iconoclast. For example, when confronted with information streaming from the eyes, brain will interpret this information in the quickest way possible. Thus it will draw both past experience and any other source of information, such as what other people say, to make sense of what it is seeing. This happens all the time. The brain takes shortcuts that work so well we are hardly ever aware of them. Alright, the brain takes shortcuts and that works so well that we are hardly aware of them. Let's see if we find any clues so far. According to the writer, brain works efficiently because it uses the eyes quickly. They mentioned the eyes, but they did not say that it uses the eyes quickly. It's here. Okay, for example, when confronted this from the eyes, information streaming from the eyes, but they did not say they use the eyes quickly. That is why this is only a trap, so this is not the right answer. It interprets data logically. Now this is what we need to find out, whether it interprets data logically or not. Eyes, the brain will interpret this information in the quickest way possible, but they did not say logically. Thus it will draw on both past experience, and there is nothing like logic. Okay, so this is not the answer. Now it's either C or D. It generates its own energy. Brain, it means brain. Brain generates its own energy. Over here they talk about it, they just say it has a fixed energy budget. It has a fixed energy budget about the same as a 40-watt light bulb, but they do not mention anything that it generates its own energy. So it means it is not actually C. Now with closed eyes you can write D. It relies on previous events. Now previous events means past events. It relies. Let's see, where do they talk about it, that it relies on previous events. They say, thus it will draw on both past experience and any other source of information, right? Thus it will draw on both past experience and any other source of information, such as what other people say, to make sense of what it is being said. This happens all the time. So this option, it relies on previous events or past experience. That is why D is the right answer. See that without marking the other options wrong, it's difficult to reach the right option. Let's go on. Number 30. The writer says that perception is, first you need to find perception. Now they're talking about perception, and then we will come to the options. So let's see, where do they talk about perception? Yeah, perception is here. We think our perception of the worlds are real, right? So the writer says the perception is. Okay, now he says we think our perceptions of the world are real, but they are only biological. So we think perceptions are real, but they are only biological and electrical rumblings. Perception is not simply a product of what your eyes or ears transmit to your brain. More than the physical reality of photons or sound waves, perception is a product of the brain. That's why different people perceive different things. So let's see. The writer says that perception is a combination of photons and sound waves. No, he talked about photons and sound wave. So more than the physical reality of photons, but he doesn't say it's the product of that. So this is just a trap. That is why A is wrong. B, reliable product of what your senses transmit. A reliable product of what your senses transmit. The brain takes shortcut, and then he says, he's talking about perception here. Perceptions, the real world are, okay, but they are only biological and electrical rumbling. Perception is not simply a product of what your eyes or ears transmit to your brain. It's not that. So, reliable product of what your senses transmit? No. Wow, senses means eyes and ears. Wow, I'm going so deep today. Reliable product of what your senses transmit, and there they say, yeah, product of what your eyes or ears transmit. So, is not means it is simply a trap. Now we are left with two options. A result of brain process. Okay. The writer says the perception is a result of brain process. So, electrical perception is not simply a product of this and this. Then they say more than the physical reality, the photon sound waves. Perception is a product of the brain. Perception is the product of the brain means it is the result of brain processing. Now, result of brain processing means it is the product of the brain. C is the right option. Now, let's see why D is the wrong option. A process we are usually conscious of. Wow. A process we are usually conscious of. Okay, let's see if they mention anything about it. This happens all the time. right, and take shortcuts. We think perception of the real world, but they are only biological. Perception are simply product of this brain more than the physical reality of phantom waves. Perception is a product of brain. Perception is central, and then they talk about their blinds. They must be somewhere mentioned, but actually that is the right answer. So this is also wrong. 31. According to the writer, an iconoclastic thinker. Now first we need to find iconoclastic thinker, and then we got to see which option. Iconoclastic thinker is basically what you say is the clue word here. So I didn't see iconoclastic thinker, iconoclastic thinker, not here. Let's go on, and we got to find iconoclastic thinker. Iconoclastic thinker. Okay, iconoclastic thinker. See how I scan? Yeah. All right. So there they talk about something, iconoclastic thinking, and there must be iconoclastic thinker somewhere as well. All right. Now I'm going to read from here. Fear is a major impediment of thinking like an iconoclast and stops the average person in his tracks. There are many types of fear, but the two that inhibit iconoclastic thinking, so two fears which inhibit iconoclastic thinking and people generally find difficult to deal with are fear of uncertainty and fear of public ridicule. Okay. These may seem like trivial phobias, but fear of public speaking, which everyone must do from time to time, afflicts 1/3 of the population. All right. This makes it too common to be considered a mental disorder. Means this fear is so common that it is not considered, it's not public ridicule, it's the fear of public speaking. Exactly. Alright, it is simply common variant of human nature on which iconoclasts do not let inhibit their reactions. Alright, there they say the last line, it is simply a common variant of human nature. It means this thing, this fear. It is simply a common variant of human nature, one which iconoclasts do not let inhibit their reactions. So, according to the writer, an iconoclastic thinker, now what is it that an iconoclastic thinker does? Centralizes perceptual thinking in one part of the brain. I don't remember anything like that. Yeah, one part of the brain, so it isn't the right answer. Okay, avoid cognitive traps. Alright, avoid cognitive traps. So let's see if there is anything. Iconoclastic thinking, avoid cognitive traps. Alright, here. It is simply a common variant of human nature, one which iconoclasts do not let inhibit their reactions. Now we need to find out, the answer is here, but we need to find out what it is exactly. According to the writer, iconoclastic thinker avoids cognitive traps. Now we need to see where do they talk about cognitive traps. Okay, they say public speaking people generally find difficult to deal with, which are fear of uncertainty and fear of public ridicule. I think these are the traps. These may seem like trivial phobias, but fear of public speaking which everyone must. So cognitive traps are fear of public ridicule, fear of uncertainty, and this fear of public speaking which everyone must do from time to time afflicts 1/3 of the population. This makes it too common to be considered a mental disorder, fear of public speaking. It is simply a common variant of human nature, this fear of public speaking, one which iconoclasts do not let inhibit their reactions. Let inhibit their reactions and avoid cognitive traps. That's the right answer. Okay. Has a brain that is hardwired for learning? No. Has more opportunities than the average person? No. B is the right answer for question number 31. So guys, sometimes IELTS reading can be very stormy. Okay, thank you. Welcome back. Are you feeling confident now? Alright, I told you this video would not waste your time, okay? So guys, that's all. I teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub truly wishes you all the best with your IELTS reading. Take care. Allah Hafiz.